Alrighty, boys. Since the last tier list we made did reasonably well, how about we fashion our rankings on the Dark Souls 1 starting classes?
A mighty fine idea indeed. I love Dark Souls 1.
Only if we end up ranking the classes for all the Souls games, Obama.
I think that is a very good idea. Although it depends on what the viewers want to see and what tier lists the Gaming Rift gives us to do. Like and subscribe, by the way.
Starting with the Warrior class. And to be honest, fellas, this is the easiest B tier class choice in my 100% factual opinion. Probably the best class for a beginner and a reliable choice overall, but nothing overly special.
I think it's C tier personally. I usually hate being up close and personal with enemies in Souls games, but the Warrior's hard leather starting armor gives us some poise to make up for that.
Are you kidding me? Warrior is S tier. 13 in strength and dexterity makes it an amazing choice regardless of build choice. The armor has good defense and poise for its weight, and the sword and shield are reliable choices even throughout the whole game. However, I'll drop it in a tier, an A.
Good, Obama. Now for the fat tub of Lard Knight class. Personally, this class never resonated with me. I prefer speed and evasion, and the Knight is the exact opposite of that. D tier.
I agree with the annoying orange. Melee builds I choose to avoid, and the Knight is a melee build with 5 tons of sand in his boots.
I prefer Warrior to Knight, but he isn't that bad. His high defense, health, and poise easily make up for the heavy load, and his stats are balanced. I think it's a B tier personally, but I'll compromise with C tier.
When will we move on to the actual good classes? The Wanderer is another D tier, a melee character with fuck all defense and a less than useless shield.
Sleepy Joe and his dumb take strike again. Wanderer is an easy S tier. The high dex and scimitar weapon alone makes him goated, but his cloth armor looks sick, and the shield makes him a parry god.
Yeah, what the fuck, Joe? I had a lot of fun with the Wanderer, even though I tend to enjoy heavy armor and strength builds. I would also side with Donnie with the S tier decision, however I'll drop him in A tier.
Fuck you guys, Magic in Souls games is clearly the superior build choice. Speaking of which, the Bandit is the worst class for Magic users, another easy D tier.
That's bullshit and you know it. Although I think the OG Bandit is kind mid, I would always just go with Warrior for a strength build in Dark Souls 1.
I'm with you, brother. Bandit has a great shield and strength stat, but other than that, he's not all that special. Plus, the Black Knight weaponry doesn't require much strength anyways. I say C tier.
Affirmative. Now what about Thief? I know Donnie will love Thief, however, I'll be honest. The bleed damage and second starter gift carry him to B tier.
D tier, where the magic at?
Casual pussy, Thief is goated. Bleed damage helps him stand out, and the second starting gift alone gives the Thief access to the Demon's Great Hammer. S tier.
Casually proving the Thief is trash by wanting a boss weapon to replace the knife before you've even left the asylum.
That's a low blow, Joe. But to shut your whining ass up, I'll keep him in a tier for now. Oh boy, the Hunter. Possibly the most mid-class possible.
Hunter has 0 magic, but the bow gives him some range and versatility. But tier.
Bows are only good for cheesing Manus. That is it. Hunter is such a D tier class. He attempts to be good at everything and ultimately succeeds at nothing. Wouldn't have him in the White House.
Agreed. Hunter is mid. Now on to the Pyromancer. I think the high damage of the Pyromancies coupled with the reliable hand axe makes this class an easy S tier.
Ooh, some fucking magic. Only took 8 hours. Pyromancer is a fun class to pick up and play, and being soul level 1 makes him the deprived of this game.
As much as I hate to say it, I agree with Dementia Joe. Pyromancer is a perfect class. Soul level 1 with a great starting weapon and high damaging magic that isn't overly reliable. Easy S tier, Barry, no doubt.
Easy S tier. Now on to the Sorcerer. Joe will say S tier, so there is no point asking his opinion. I think his magic is incredible, but once you run out, you are fucked.
100% agree with my predecessor. The best ranged class is also the worst melee class, although the dagger is above average for parries and riposte. I'll go with B tier, but I'd be happier with C.
You guys just don't appreciate how amazing magic is in Dark Souls 1. There's a good reason it got nerfed in future games.
Calm down, old man. Neither of us disrespected Sorcerer. We just don't main him like you do. Cleric is a class I have mixed feelings on. Late game he can be amazing, but early game he's a shit bandit with extra heals.
The extra heals aren't even that good. And in a game with 10 Estus flasks at base, unless you are dumb enough to miss all the humanities the game throws at you, the heal spell serves 0 point. Offensive miracles are amazing, but the cleric is a mid or below average class.
Cleric is forever S tier. The extra heals allowed me to solo Asylum Demon.
There are many things wrong with what you just said, you senile fuck. But whatever, keep him in C tier Obama.
For sure, cheesesteak. Now the Deprived. In my opinion, the Deprived in Dark Souls 1 is awful. Starting at the highest level of the 10 classes is counterintuitive, as you have a plethora of wasted stats, with all of them being 11. I'd say D tier for sure, unless you guys disagree.
The soul level 1 and freedom of those extra stats is the whole reason for the Deprived to exist in subsequent games. Without those levels, Deprived is nothing but a nerf, plus 0 magic. D tier.
If this was any other game, I'd be mad right now. But the boys are right. The Deprived in this game is awful. No armor, lackluster weapons, and a ton of wasted stats. This is the only time you'll see me put this naked son of a bitch in D tier.
This is probably the most we have all agreed on a topic so far.
I've nothing but love for you guys. When shall we hop on and fight Ornstein and Smoo?
Hold on, bitches. I've got to speedrun the game to a Norlando. Give me 5 minutes. In the meantime, why now like and subscribe so we can get the Gaming Riffs YouTube channel to more subscribers than Quantum TV.
That's a fine idea, Dorito Man. That Elden Ring hater makes my blood boil. I'll load up Dark Souls now.